Hey, 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 guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. You know why I'm here. I said it in the title. It's about the verdict. And before I get into anything, I want to say thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. And also, sorry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bells, give a thumbs up or down, whatever you feel like doing, because Joy and we here at Be the Difference Clothing would like you to exercise using your God-given free will. And if it happens to be something that I am not, that I'm either opposed to or agree with or like, or do like, then that's something I have to learn how to respect. Hey, Francis, how you doing? Good to see you. Hi, how are you, Darnell? I don't want to mess up your first name, but welcome to Hello World. I hope you guys are well. So let me first tell you how my day went. So I woke up, I went to work. Work was okay. They were filming all day at work, and I was hiding from the camera all day because the last thing I want is for anybody to be like, ooh, that's where you were? And I'm like, nope, that wasn't me. So I was hiding from the camera all day. And then that was pretty much what happened for the day. But let's talk about this real quick. So, as you all may have known or do not know, or maybe you're just not hearing it for the first time, the verdict came in as guilty, right? Hey, Raymond, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. The verdict came in as guilty, and which was, you know, a much needed thing, because, I mean, like I said before, you killed somebody on TV, pretty much. And I don't see how they could have found an innocent or a not guilty verdict just or alone on the camera. I don't know, guys. I don't know what goes on in law and how you can, deliberate on something that everybody publicly saw. But anyway, this to me says that people are sick and tired of giving their freedoms to people who are licensed to protect and serve, and holding them accountable for all or any actions that violate their duties. So that's the first point that I want to talk about, that we are now being heard about holding people accountable for their actions who are supposed to be in a governmental position. So we can't let this just celebrate now and then forget about it later, because there's so much more things that need to be unraveled. The judiciary system, maybe that needs to be looked at as well. Because a couple episodes ago, I was talking about that. Like, this man, I think back in December, early part of December, he was out on bond. He was granted bond for murdering somebody. So that meant for that whole winter season up until February or whenever the court proceedings started, he was able to walk about the earth outside of the confinements of a prison. That, I just don't understand how he get bond, and then for other people who may do misdemeanors can't get out. I understand it's about a money thing, but maybe we need to revisit how we allow money to be so influential. What do you guys think? Maybe we need to start taking the value out of money and allowing people to, because you are on the upper echelon of things where you can afford to buy your way out of any type of situation, knowing that you may be completely 100% utterly guilty of a crime. I know it's not fair. It's just the way the rules are written. Maybe we need to start rewriting some rules. Remember, I said that in order for things to be fresh and new, we got to break off some of the historical things that we do. Some of these laws that were made hundreds of years ago need to be rewritten to take out some of those things that are not effective for the whole community at large. Maybe we need to retrain people on how to not use excessive force just because you're physically angry at a situation, right? I understand if somebody, like if I were a police officer, let's just play devil's advocate. If you were a police officer and someone spat in your face, right? Let's just say someone spat in your face and you are the police officer. How you gonna want to react? You don't want to beat the daylights out of them, because one, you don't know if they carry any viruses. Two, that's the nastiest, degrading thing you could do to another person, right? So I understand human reaction is to be like bang. But that human reaction as an infant growing into a toddler, growing into adolescence, growing into young adult, growing into an adult, that stuff is ingrained on how to dislike another person. And sometimes dislike another person because of the color of their skin. We need to rewrite that history. We need to reprogram and train some of those people out of those ways that are not effective, because they're not effective because we're still having people cry out racism, racist, all that other stuff, right? Hey, Birds Young Classic, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to Hello World. I can't really look at the chat because y'all know I'm driving at the same time. What up, that hood girl to the hood? How you doing? While I understand it's a victory for all, we have to think past this little victory, right? We need to start saying, okay, this was one thing, but let's not have policemen react who are maybe upset with this judgment, react and go on their duty and react and try to harm another person because they're mad at the way things turned out today, right? Because you're going to have some people that are going to be doing some vindictive things after hearing this, right? So we need to like nip that in the bud. Hi, Maria. How you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Thank you. I think I saw Sonia. What's up, Essence of Sonia, sis? How you doing? Good to see you. Yes, police need screening before hiring, and better training is desperately needed, right? And remember, guys, most of our officers come in the force at 19 and 20 years old. You're talking about a kid who's policing a whole entire community. They're not even mature all the way. Listen, y'all, maturity happens all the way up until your old self. And sometimes you don't get it. But we giving these young kids the authority to say, what you say goes. And to teach them, maybe that's what they're being taught. This is what you tell them. This is my house. Maybe that's the training that they're getting. I don't know. I don't ever want to be a police officer. I don't disrespect police. But, you know, if you do something to me that wasn't cause for you to be concerned about, then yes, I will have an attitude. More than one eyebrow will be raised. Both of them will. I'm just saying. So we all need to think deeper, okay? Think into the levels of how this is gonna go. Right? We need to crawl up that ladder. Local government. Start hitting up the mayors and the city council. Tell them, listen, we weren't taking it then and we're not going to take it now, because some people in the local city council are doing deals and passing different laws that are not good for even people of my color. Right? The city that I live in, which is Jersey City, the city that I live in, you could barely move down there unless you have $500,000 or more. Actually, it's more than that, because some condos are going up fast. They're going up fast, number one. They're going up very fast, and they're not affordable. They're not affordable. I know some people say that they have to, even if they work 2 and 3 jobs, they can't afford rent. So they can't eat either. Like, that need to be nipped in the bud. We need to close the gap on the social and the economical. And then we'll start to see some type of, right? It's more than just this right here. Oh, y'all, it's hot in here. I think I have the, hey, we have a member. We have a member. And it's Patty D. How you doing? So while you can celebrate the fact that a person, right, I'm taking all of that out, a person who abused their authority to strangle the life out of another human being has finally been pled and on all 3 accounts charged as guilty. Charged as guilty. And we need to keep the pressure on. Whatever other injustices that you see in your neighborhood, in your community, at work, or whatever the case may be, keep the pressure on. Outside of race, y'all, keep the pressure on. Because there's some people, if you don't make a certain amount of dollars, they're gonna look at you weird too. Everybody saying, hey, Shrinky Sharon, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. We just having a little tidbit conversation about just not to leave it at that level right there. We got to go higher. Local, state, city. What else? Presidency. We need to go high. All the way up. All the way up. And I'm talking about people who abuse the powers that we hand over to them. And we've been doing this for years. We wanted this. If you want to go biblically, we cried for some type of leadership, right? When we had one leader that was doing everything for us for our own good. But we cried for this. So now that we cried for leadership, we need to hold our leadership accountable and stop saying, okay, well, if that's what they say we have to do, that's what we say we have to do. If it don't make sense, if it's not going to advance the community, if it's not in your own well-being, i.e. health or anything else, if it's messing up the air quality, somebody need to check them. We need to spend more time showing that we are watching you. Ooh-wee. We are watching you. And we're going to hold you accountable, even if we have to take it to law. And even if some of those laws have to be rewritten, let's do the work. Now, if you ask me to do the work, I feel like I'm doing it right now. I don't have it necessarily in my spirit to go down to DC and sit in on any of those forums. That's not in me. But maybe I'm sparking a fire on somebody else who would want to do that. And maybe we're scared or nervous to even attempt. Do it! This is your time. This is part of your purpose. This is part of your gift. Go ahead and do it. Right? We can all do our little pieces and our little tidbit and our little parts, and everything's going to be better. So, the fact also that even I and a bunch of other people were nervous that this guy was going to be, I'm sorry, that was a bad one. That this man was going to be found not guilty, that's in itself crazy. That I and other people were thinking like, yo, he might get off free. Isn't that insane? That after we saw the proof, and this is what we do in life in general, we see the proof of things, but yet still we judge it and be like, I don't know, I don't think I saw it quite right. And we still question it and have to deliberate and be like, circumstances do you need? Man was in handcuffs. Neck. Why do we have to waste court dollars and however many weeks, because I wasn't following, so forgive me, however many weeks to deliberate that this man was guilty on all three counts? Don't you see how messed up the system is? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it opens up an avenue for somebody to have a job. All right, so that's fine. But the fact that I was even nervous that he was going to get off free, I was just like, wow. You see how we get conditioned, y'all, to think that justice is something that, I guess after all these years and all these times of seeing things always slide by, you just be like, whatever, it's not going to happen. That doubt, that air of doubt but you see what air of doubt does? Air of doubt starts to lead how we operate. And that's how we've been operating sometimes. Even when it comes, I'm going to switch it back over to your purpose. When we have that air of doubt, like you in your spirit, in your soul, God or whoever you believe in, said, this is what you're supposed to do. And you heard it, you felt it, you got all of the confirmations you could ever think. But I don't know. But what? We still do that. Why a little piece of doubt can ruin a whole thing? Let me see, I'm gonna like. Hey, Life with Nicole Marie, how you doing? You all right? It is some of the owners and managers' allowing stuff to go on. It's time to refresh. Yes, girl. Common sense. He was guilty from day one. Exactly. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Guilty from day one. Now, what about the other officers? Are they going to be on trial too? The fact that, see, like, even while they were standing around and they saw that this dude had his knee on his neck with all the pressure, like, you there, and you still feel like, oh, I'm not going to say nothing. Something's not right. Something isn't right. Like, where is the disconnect happening? We need to get to the root of that. Where is the disconnect happening between humanity and the soul? How many times have we abused each other so much that we just look and turn the other way? Or be like, dang, I wish that was me on you. Like, what do we have to do to, like, correct those things before they become ingrained, like you don't see it? It's the same thing. It's the same thing as if you saw somebody down the street getting wailed on, beat up on, and you just look and be like, well, I'm not calling the cops because I don't want nobody to know I called. Hold ourselves accountable. Hold ourselves accountable for our actions. Because I know we all have, maybe we all have been a little guilty of things that we could have stopped, or maybe we could have prevented ourselves from doing, but yet we just did it anyway. It's time we really go into our little corners, look in that mirror, and ask God or your maker, whoever you believe in, to cleanse you from all of the things that is not going to help the community. And I mean society. For real. Life isn't all that bad. Life doesn't have to be all that bad. We don't have to keep on hearing stories of people getting taken advantage of. We don't have to keep on hearing stories of well, you know, that's okay because that's we in 2021. That's all right. At some point, that junk needs to hurt so bad that we don't want to do it no more. Feel me? Hey, Tipsy, how you doing? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Babies in the building. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to Hello World. I was just talking about not just the verdict alone, but what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Because his death can't be in vain. You know what I'm saying? His death can't be in vain. It can't be just, okay, we got one. We need to start holding a lot more people accountable. And you know what? For the people who are doing it, kudos to you. I support you 110%. Because there may be people who are doing the work. I support you 110%. Even if I may not be physically there, know that my spirit is there with you. And my heart goes to you, and that you get strength and resilience. Because that's an uphill battle. But even uphill battles don't have to be always lost. So, I'm about to get off because I don't know what else to say. But I will say this, guys. Let's start reevaluating our own lives first. Let's start correcting some of those errors that we have acquired throughout the course of life. Then let's start chin checking some people who have been purposely manipulating us to be divided. Because trust and believe, there is a manipulation going on. Some of us see it, some of us don't. But we need to hold those people accountable too. Maybe we need to start saying or praying or whatever. Make them feel guilty. Make them realize that they are trending curses and heaping coal on top of their future. Not them, but the people that come after them. The people that they love. Because sometimes that karma don't come for you, but it comes for everyone else. Maybe they need to be aware of that. I've seen some really, 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 in my opinion, horrific videos, not about death, but just the manipulation that some of the people who are in power have been doing to all of us. Now, I just can't, I'm like, excuse my language, I'm like, you an asshole. For even thinking that and trying to create that. Asshole. We need to start holding these people accountable. Honesty equals freedom. So how much more freedom do y'all want? How much more freedom do you need? And remember, everything that we do comes at some type of cost. Hey, Exploring with the Wagners, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. We're about to wrap it all the way up. Everything that we do comes at some type of cost. There's always going to be a sacrifice, especially when you're doing something for the good. Even if you're doing something for the bad. Okay, listen, anything in life is going to be a sacrifice. But what kind of sacrifice are you willing to make? Have you weighed out the pros and cons to that sacrifice? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm in Jersey. These are the potholes that you go through. I couldn't even swerve around it. You know what I'm saying? It's just all over. But what kind of sacrifice are you willing to make? And if you do make a sacrifice, is it going to be for the betterment of society? Will you have a legacy, y'all? Y'all, one other thing. I don't like to toot my own horn. I really don't. But I finally went on my Instagram and checked my messages, and I saw a comment from one of my gym buddies. And it was just so out of the blue. But something that he said, I was like, oh my goodness, that was so nice. But I equate that to, that's the kind of legacy that I'm leaving. That's the mark that I'm leaving. And I'm just like, all right, I am doing something right. I am on the right track. I hope I stay there, right? Because any single one of us could fall off the wagon. I am no better than anyone else. I am no better than anyone else. There can be times when maybe I might slip and look off the cuff. I try to hold myself back. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding myself back. But if ever there's a moment that I fall off, know that it doesn't sum up who I really am and what I was trying to do or am trying to do. I'm not speaking in the past tense because I'm still alive. I want to be here. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live forever. But I do know time is running out. And if I'm blessed with many more years, thank God. But if I'm not, seeing that comment is enough for today. For today, to know that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing and it's being effective. So be effective in everything that you do. No matter how much you think nobody's watching you, nobody's caring, or nobody sees you trying to do good. Like, I don't need the applause. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, but I don't need it to keep going. All right, sometimes. But overall, I don't do it for the applause. I do it because I want to prove a point that humanity can be way better than what everybody says is not or won't be. And you could do the same thing too in your own life and in whatever you do. We don't all have to do the same thing, but if our intent is the same, then that's amazing. All right, Maria 6, good to see you. And thank you for joining. Welcome to Hello World. Come back again. Feel free to subscribe and share to your family and friends. I'm tied up in my seatbelt. But yeah, continue to do good things. Continue to do good things in your life for your family, for your neighbors, for your friends, even for people you may not like too much. You know, just side them a little from time to time, just a little bit. You don't have to go overboard, but just a little bit is all right. Once in a while, not all the time. You could just a little dabble once in a while. But you are definitely needed and important. So anyway, y'all, you are beautiful and amazing. There is no mistake about you. Every single thing that you've been going through in your life can either make or break you, but you can make that decision right now or anytime on whether it's gonna break you and how effective and how long you're gonna let the lasting effects of that thing do to you, right? Let's continue to keep on pounding the pavement and holding people accountable for things that we've entrusted them to do, because at the end of the day, we entrust people to do the jobs that we are not willing to do. Let's respect each other, even if we may not respect certain people's positions. Let's try our best to respect each other. And maybe by you respecting someone that you don't really necessarily like, might change their mind on how they view the world. Let me see what else is in there. Hard work pays off. It sure do. You have? Okay, well, you haven't been here in a long time. Going to drop your daughter off. Thank you. Hey, Jess Alfonte, how you doing? I'm about to head on out. But you are amazing. And there is no mistake about you. For real, for real. I hope you choose the greater than the latter. And I hope maybe if you were the person that's supposed to be purposed to go ahead and shake up some branches, I hope that you feel comfortable in doing that. So until we meet again, my name is Joy from Be The Difference Clothing. Hey, Really TV, what's up, grits? My name is Joy from Be The Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello.